Hey, what's going on? My name is Coach Lee Hopkins. My pronouns are he, him, his, and you're listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to helping you replace harmful patterns with new possibilities. In each episode, we'll explore topics that inspire you to be yourself, live your truth, and make lasting connections. In this episode, we're going to talk about friends and associates. There's a huge difference between the two, and quite often we confuse our associates with friends, and that's just no good for anyone in the picture. We expect them to be things and do things and show up in ways that only friends can, and we're so disappointed when it doesn't happen. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how you can quickly identify your friends and your associates. Are you ready? Let's go. I know a lot of us out there are really struggling to make meaningful relationships, and we will grab at anyone who gives us any kinds of attention. Any kind of attention. They smile at us, or they do something nice for us, or they give us some information that might help us, and we're thinking, oh yeah, these are perfect people. They're going to be friends. We're going to get closer to them, and they're going to be amazing friends to us because they've already given us this token, this gesture that they like us, right? And so we try to turn that into something that means a lot more by pulling them closer and calling them a friend. But wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. I've done this too many times in my life. Too many times in my life, and I want to give you a cautionary tale. I've done it too many times in business relationships and friendships, or trying to make friendships, but mostly work. It looked like a work relationship or a work transaction. One of the people that I actually met at work some years ago, they actually invited me out. They invited me to their house, and I thought we were friends. No, no, they weren't. And as soon as I left that job, the whole friendship or the relationship or the associate just disappeared, right? And it was really hurtful. And I want to stop that from happening with you. And the key thing about this is that you may have an all or nothing mindset, especially when it comes to being autistic. It's one of those things that I tend to do. Like, well, if you're not for me, you're against me. If you're not for me, then I don't need to know you. I don't want to waste my time or energy on knowing you and your existence. But wait a minute, you're losing something. You may be losing something here because although they're not your friends, although they're not these people that you can really rely on and have them come to you and have you support them and have you be supported by them in ways that are deep and emotional, they still serve a purpose. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the difference between a friendship and an associate. And this is something I go over in my coaching course, my 12-week coaching. We'll go over this, and we make sure that you are able to quickly identify these people and categorize them so that you're not trying to turn an associate into a friend, right? So let's talk about these friends first of all. There's 4 attributes to these friends that I want you to know, and there are 4 attributes to associates. So with the friendships are ones that they're relationships with people that provide strong emotional foundation, right? You can talk to them about how you feel. That's really key. You can talk to them about how you feel about things. And these people also, number 2, are going to support you through these life challenges. They're going to show up at your wedding. They're going to show up when you have a hard time at your job. They're going to show up when you lose your job or if there's a death in the family. These people are going to show up for you in ways that associates wouldn't. So that's the second thing. The third is trust. There's trust. Like, their patterns of behavior. You know that they're going to put in effort for you. You know that you can call them at 3 o'clock in the morning and they're going to show up for you. That's a friend, right? That's a friend. You know that they really care for you and they know what kind of gift that you want at your birthday. They know what kind of spiced latte drink or whatever coffee drink that you had. They know your coffee order and your drink order, whatever it is, but they know certain things about you that are pretty personal, right? And then your friendship will stand the test of time. So time is one of those things that people love to relate their relationships with. They're like, well, I've known this person for 20 years, and that means that they're a friend to me. But that's not necessarily true. when I say they stand the test of time, I mean that when time passes, there are different experiences and challenges. There are things to celebrate within it, and they're with you through it. They're with you through that time. It doesn't mean that you've known them for a long time. You've just known that they existed. It means that you've been together and you've been talking for a period of time. So they've stood the test of time. So friendships provide strong emotional foundation. They support you through life challenges. They are trusting, and they've been around for a while. Now, associates, on the other hand, they're still valuable. They just aren't at the level of friendship. So you don't create this emotional space with them. There's no space for that. But they are valuable. So these are 4 things about associates. 1, they offer value in specific situations. So if you are trying to go play basketball and you have a friend, or you have an associate rather, that plays basketball and that's all they do, you have nothing else in common, but they're really good at basketball and you want them on your team and you enjoy playing basketball with them, or you enjoy hiking with them, or you enjoy doing some kind of activity, maybe trivia night with them. You enjoy doing those things with them. Boom, that's them. They're there. They offer value in only specific situations. Don't go talking about your marital troubles with them. They're not there for that. That's the wrong person. Wrong person. So, specific situations. 2, they provide insights and opportunities. This is especially for work in professional settings. They're going to hook you up. It's like a network. They're going to put you on. They're going to let you know where the opportunities are because they like your work. They want to help you be successful. That doesn't mean that you're going to invite them over for Thanksgiving dinner. Okay? Number 3, associates can be temporary or transactional, and that is okay. When you hear transactional, don't go closing your ears up. Transactional is okay. Some people are in your life for a very short season to help you get promoted, to help you get a new job, to help you get to new heights. They're here to help you get information, right? So it's transactional. You give them something, they give you something. And it's okay. We all need each other in some capacity. All right? The 4th thing is that they really do engage with you based on shared goals, right? So what goals you have determine your relationship with them. Especially the work is just the best example that I have for this, where you go to work and you both work for a company and your company has a goal. And if you're on the same team at this company, then you're both working together to achieve a goal. And because they want to be successful in their job, they also may support you in being successful with what you do, especially if you're on the same team. They're an associate, right? You associate them with specific situations. That's how I like to think about it. Now, there's some of these key differences. Oh, before I move on to the key differences, let me recap that real quick. Associates offer value in specific situations. They provide insights and opportunities. They may be temporary or transactional, and they engage based on shared goals. Now, the differences between a friendship and an associate is that there's a different level of emotional investment. Associates, after you leave the job, boom, they're not going to call you. After you're done working on a project, a school project, they're not trying to reach out to you. They have a level of emotional investment that is not as high as a friendship. And then the depth of trust and support is different. You trust your friend a lot more than you trust your associate. The third, longevity and resilience. So you've been around your friend for a long time. And you've been through similar experiences, and you've shared those experiences, and you understand how they're going to show up for you. It could be the same with your associates. You understand that they're not going to go the extra mile for you unless it's a specific situation. And also remember, one of the biggest differences between a friendship and an associate is that they serve different purposes in your life. Different purposes. Your friendship is for emotional support mostly, and your associate is more transactional. And it's okay. Both are valid. You need both of them. Now that you know the difference between the two, Now, there's no difference between the two. You have to be able to discern who is going to be a friend when you meet new strangers out in the wild. Who is going to be a friend? Who could possibly be your friend? And who is likely going to be your associate? Because one of the things that I used to do was dismiss everybody. Nobody's ever going to be my friend. Everybody wants to use me. I don't want to be anybody's associate. I can't be friends with somebody who wants to use me. You have to change that mindset. You have to remove that idea that everybody has to be your friend, or everybody who runs into you is going to be a real close friendship, trying to create that, or not going to be a real close friendship. There is something in between. You'll have more associates than you will have friendships, just because the level of emotional intensity is less for associates. The work to put in to become a friend is a lot more than becoming an associate, because you associated with just one blip in time, one experience. But the friendship, you'll have many experiences, and they're more deeply emotional. You'll spend more time, you'll invest in these people, and you'll talk to them a lot more than you would an associate. So you'll have a lot more associates that you say hi and bye to because they serve a specific purpose for you, and you might need their support. And you can throw a little bit of support their way too, emotionally. But the close friendships, the relationships that really nurture you and help you feel less alone, they require time, intensity, and energy. You don't have a lot of that, right? So naturally, there'll be fewer friendships than associates, but both are equal, both are valid. And I want to leave you with this. It's really important that you know that everybody is going to let you know with their words or actions if they are your friend or if they are an associate. It is up to you and only you to decide whether or not they are capable to be a friend, or if they're capable of being an associate. You get to categorize these people. It's not based on what they want. It's always based on what you want. And if you have no idea what you are looking for in your relationships, you may struggle with this. In fact, I know you will struggle with this because you don't know what a friend is. You don't know what that is defined for you. You won't be able to say, there's my friend. This is what my friend does. So what I'd like you to do is think about that. What are your friendships like? Look around at the people in your life. What do you want? What's missing? What do you have that you like? And then go from there. Hey, Patterns of Possibility fam. I want to thank you so much for all of your positive feedback for the Supportive Connections course. The outpouring is just ridiculous. If you haven't heard about this, I dropped it a couple of months ago on my website, patternsofpossibility.com. Just click resources to get instant access to the free Supportive Connections course. You're going to learn exactly what you need to create healthy, supportive relationships. Because a lot of us, if you grew up in a household which you didn't see healthy connections, you were trying to figure it out all by yourself, you might not know what it looks like to be in a healthy relationship. This is for you if you find it difficult to communicate your own needs, or you feel like you always have unmet expectations in your relationships. If you struggle to recognize toxic behaviors, or you keep tolerating disrespect, manipulation, or control, this is for you. And it's free. Go to patternsofpossibility.com, click on resources, and get instant access to this free Supportive Connections course today. Now let's do the listener letters. If you have a question about your family, friends, business, coworkers, anything that goes on with your relationships, you can write me at patternsofpossibility@gmail.com. I cut off my best friend. She's been my best friend for 15 years, except I was never her best friend. Something shifted in me earlier this week, and I'm on the road to emotional recovery. And while shopping for her baby shower gift, I started feeling resentful. And that surprised me because I've done all sorts of stuff without expectation throughout our friendship. But this time I realized she'd never put the same amount of care or enthusiasm into a gift for me. For context, I'm 34. I'm done tolerating terrible friendships. I'm sure she cares for me in some way, but honestly, she never calls me or make plans. It's always been this way. We've fallen into a habit where I always reach out first. It's just trash, isn't it? I mean, feel free to weigh in. I think that I'm really starting to value myself and believe I deserve friends who do the same for me. Granted, this was bad time to express my feelings, I understand, but the baby shower gift just happened to be the catalyst to this realization. I told her I couldn't entertain one-sided friendships anymore because they drained me, and she left me on red. And, sharing this makes it also clear, which was my point. I thought I was overreacting. Now, I'm down to be alone until I meet new people who actually appreciate me. So there's no question here. They're just venting. They're just saying, hey, listen, my friendship is not what I thought it was, and I woke up to it. Good for you. Good on you, really. It just takes some time. 15 years. We tolerate a lot of things. We do everything. We do the thing, whatever it is, the action, behavior. We have the behaviors until we decide we don't want to. Something in our beliefs shift. We get a feeling that pushes us in a different direction, and we just go in that direction. We just like, well, I've been feeling this way for so many years. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And we decide to stop doing the thing that makes us feel bad. And this is what this person did. I like it. I have no notes here. No notes. I just want to say that there are some people that you are going to wake up to and realize. Sometimes you're going to wake up and realize that these people that you've had in your life that you call friends aren't your friend. So as I said earlier, it's important to know what actions and behaviors and characteristics your friends have. What are they doing? Do you know what you want your friends to do? And it's one of the things that you really need to think about, because most of my clients, actually every single client, will come to me and they'll say they're looking for friends, and they'll look back in their relationships and they say, oh yeah, that wasn't great. Or they're currently around people who don't make them feel great, and they hesitate to let them go. And they hesitate to let them go because they don't know what to do next. Where am I going to go? What people, how do I, if these people don't like me, then what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I want to let you know that it's okay to release your friendships and even downgrade them to associates. If I would look at this person, I don't know what the inside of the relationship looks like, but there must be enough resentment for them to just cut the whole relationship off. I actually like that. I advocate for that, creating space for yourself so that you're not wasting time thinking about how you can change them so that they can come back to you, or, they would be the model person that you want them to be. Instead, go out and find other people. But if in some time this person wanted to reach out to that friend, or the friend reached out, they could create an associate like relationship, because it's not if it's not too emotionally deep, if things have healed, and this person who wrote said, I know why you did what you did or how you were. We just weren't that close or that deep. But I do enjoy crafting. And you invited me to a craft fair, and all we do is talk about crafting. That'd be great. I can handle that. And I know that's all you're good for. You're good for going to a concert where we really don't talk. We just kind of scream about the band and we have a good time, and that's it. We go home. And then we don't talk for another 6, 8, 10 months, right? But you can develop relationships like that. They're associates, and they're good for those spaces in which your friendships, your close friends, may not like every single thing that you do, but they are solid when it comes to other things. They're solid when it comes to emotional support. They are there for you, and they know a lot of things about you, but they just do not care about this indie band that you're so in love with. But you got an associate that does, and you want to go see it. That's where those people fill in the blanks. They fill in that space, right? So look at your relationships. Look at your friendships. Who really deserves to be there? Who really earned that spot? Who's really showed up for you? Look at those people that you've written off and you've discarded. Were they really that bad? Did they have some good qualities? Were they interesting and fun in some areas? But did you expect them to be more than they could be for you? Look at those kind of relationships and see what it is that really makes a friendship for you, and what really makes an associate for you. And finally, I appreciate you being a listener. If you got something of value out of this podcast, please share it with other people and leave a 5-star review on your favorite listening app. We'll see you next time. Take care.